Hello, my nephew, and I got somebody else here that wants to say hello.
Hi.
Yeah, it's your cousin. Hey, this is your second video on your quest to being the epic mage that you're gonna be. But I want to give you a heads up. So this is an update from the last video because I just realized that the last video that we made, that was my end game character in a new game plus, where when you do a new game plus, you get like 2 or 3 times as many runes on enemies. So that's why I was level 250, 200 whatever. That's impossible to reach in your first playthrough. It's nearly impossible. You'd be grinding for days. So instead, I've got a much more at your pace build going right now for my current character. That's at a level that's appropriate for your first run through. So, without further ado, let's get into it. For the first playthrough, you are. Oh, and say hi one more time.
Hi.
So, for your first playthrough, you're actually not going to go much higher than level 150. Um, because I was at the bird, doing the. In fact, I don't know if you've seen the bird trick, so let me just go there while we talk.
I know I have seen
You want to see the bird trick?
no, yeah, I've seen the bird trick before, but I want my dad to do it. Yeah.
Thanks, Sonny. So you probably know this trick already. Make sure you have the gold scarab equipped. Yeah, what?
So what you're supposed to do is you shoot the bird and then it tries to attack you. But then it falls down, so and then you get a couple wounds.
Well, not just a couple. You get over 13,000 runes.
Yeah, you get a lot.
And I like to shoot right there.
Yeah.
And there it goes.
Yeah.
And as soon as you see it falling off the ledge, you can go right back. So I want to show you the rhythm I do here. So check this out. This is your grinding rhythm. You just run up here, aim between these two branches, wait for its knee to show, and get him there, and he'll boop. And then you can come back here, and as soon as you see him actually fall off the ledge, it's safe to turn around and go back. I would wait for that knee to pop out knee. Try to get it with the pop out knee, because that way he won't turn around, and it really shaves off a good second. And why am I saying every second counts here? Because it does. Because, oh, I messed up there. There we go. Because in order for me to have reached this current level that I'm at, this took about almost 2 hours. I would say this is going to be a task left for your dad to just kick back. And what I did is actually I put a movie on my phone, and I just listened to the movie while I did this. And because I did the math, and oh, I forgot to mention this build that I have. This is AI certified. I realize now, the last time I played Elden Ring, that was way before we had AI, ChatGPT, or anything else that could really help you with your build and make sure you're doing it right. And so I've made a few adjustments that you're going to see in this video, thanks to the help with AI. So this is AI approved build for a battle mage.
Yeah, but I also want to ask you, Dada, why do you have more health?
Oh yes, well I have more health because in your first playthrough you're going to fight Melania. And it's not Melania, it's Millennia, I think is what her name is. And everywhere I went, including the AI, they all said you need your health to be close to 50 at minimum, because she does this one attack when she's a flower that just wipes out a huge chunk of your health. So being that high, which is, you can see my vigor is 47, so we want to have vigor at 50 if we can do it. But yeah, it took me to get to level 139 doing this method. It took me just under 2 hours of grinding. So that's why you cannot get to level 222 or higher at your first playthrough, because the runes that drops from this bird just won't be enough, and you'll be here for hours and hours and hours. Instead, feel free to cap off your leveling at 150 or just below it, because you can totally beat the game with these levels that I'm at right now. I can safely say I could probably beat this game as it is right now for my first playthrough. But for your second playthrough, when you come here, the bird will drop twice as many runes, and then you can really grind to boost up your um, intelligence to 80, because intelligence 80, that is the cap. That is the cap for the most powerful stuff. Okay, so that's enough explanation as to what level you want to reach, how long it's going to take you to grind from this spot. If you don't know how to get here, there's tutorials online. I went the way by helping that guy that you meet in the very, very, very beginning. He's like, "You don't have a maiden. You are maidenless." So I helped him, defeated a couple of things, did some errands for him, and then he gave me a seal, which sent me to the palace steps over there, and then I just made my way to this location. Okay, but anyway, you'll find a way here. I'm sure you will if you haven't already. So now let's talk stuff. So, in my equipment, I've done some changes. For my equipment, let's go there. Glintstone Chris is still there. It's still the best. And yes, this hat, I found it only boosts a whopping 2%, which isn't that much. You could wear an intelligence hat that boosts all your magics by a few. But you know what? I just like the look. Are you bored already?
No, I'm not. I'm just a little bit.
Anyway, I just like the look. Do whatever you want. But I am still rolling with having slightly tanky builds. So what I did is in endurance, I went up just to 22, just enough to wear this armor. This is one of the best mid to late game armors you can get besides the veteran's armor. And the veteran's armor takes a lot of endurance, and we just don't have the skill points to wear it in the first playthrough. So this armor is really, really easy to get. It's the very first mission you get at the Volcano Manor. It's the very first guy you got to go kill, and he drops this armor set. But I'm not wearing this full armor. What I'm wearing is just the armor piece, Ragnir's hat for the 2% boost and the look, and then the Carrion Knight gauntlets. I think this is a really great selection. This is the you get this by a gravestone at Raya Lucaria Academy, and it's better than the actual armor set. Look at that. The actual armor is kind of like bleh, even though it's a magic armor. But I think it fits well with this build because you're a mage, and it's very, very lightweight, and so you can maintain medium load. For talismans, not much is going on. I'm going to replace this health one. It's kind of lame later on with something that either some probably Godfrey's icon to increase my spell damage. Graven School Talisman, you get that at Raya Lucaria, so that's easy. And then the Scarab, I'm just going to have this on for a long time until something else comes along that I can replace it with that will boost my overall sorceries. The physics still the same. I have a confession. No longer is this my main scepter. Now my main scepter is the one that you get when you defeat the Queen of the Raya Lucaria. And don't forget to go to the mausoleum and get a duplicate for remembrance if you want the sorcery. But it's this Carrion Regal Scepter. Now here's why. Here's why I'm choosing this instead of this as my main go-to. AI did a lot of research, and it came up with this scepter is only about like 8 to 10% less damage than you would get with this one, but you save your FP. There's no, because this thing, you waste a lot of FP. It like almost doubles how much FP you have to use. And, in the long haul, when I'm casting lots of spells and running around, I want as much FP as I can. I don't want to have to keep chucking down glass. Now you might argue, yeah, but you can, shoot your laser with this. And maybe that's the case if you fire your laser at a boss and you find out, oh, I just needed to go 1,000 more health. And you could obviously switch it up. So it's situational, but now I have this staff in my right hand, mainly for fighting on horseback, and then, but for my go-to staff, it's going to be this one, because there's no FP loss. So, okay, that's the first change. Here's the second change. Let's see, I still have the shield. This is the best shield. I still have the seal, but I know we gotta go somewhere. And this will be interesting for you, Miss Little Miss. I'm bored. Wait, say something fun real quick.
Okay.
Wow.
Why
Riveting.
did the snake cross the road?
Why did the snake cross the road?
To get to the other side.
Other side. Get it? Okay. All right. So here's something I did not know, and I'm like, I should have known this a long time ago. Summons. You'll see I got the Mimic and my Shield Bros. I don't have Tish yet in this playthrough. I'm going to go probably get him next to replace the Mimic. However, I did chew the Mimic, and the Mimic is, I forgot the Mimic is kind of tanky because I'm a tank. But I don't like having to waste my health. Anyway, it's up to you, Mimic or Tish. I do like Tish because she can put down blood loss. But definitely my Shield Bros. They're still best defensive, hold them down group you ever get. But here's the thing that I learned new. When you walk into a boss room, pretend I just walked into a boss area, and there's the boss. Now, after I summoned my Shield Bros, now you cast Golden Bow, because it boosts them as well. Now they have extra attack and defense. I never did that before, and I'm so dumb. I should have learned how to do that. So there you go.
Hey, Dad, you're not actually dumb.
Oh, well, thank you, honey. That's good to know. Well, let's go ahead and keep going through this, and then we'll do like a pretend boss run. Oh, thank you for the kiss. Okay, so that's the when you cast Golden Bow. Now, here's the last thing on this video is the change up in spells. First off, when it comes to spells, I like to keep it simple. Hold on. You'll notice I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slots. I don't want it as a ton of spells. I don't, because when you're shuffling through them in a fight, you don't want to shuffle through a long list, and you want to keep it simple. So the way I go about it is I have 2 primary attack spells. Those are the first 2. And then I have my boss killer couple. So those are the next 2. 2 for basic attacks and 2 for boss. And then the Golden Vow for boosting at the very, very beginning of a major fight. Or even just whenever you need it. And in reality, I have more than 2. Because my real primary attack, my real go-to is, of course, still the Chris. Because again, this dagger you get at the end of Selen's quest. It's a long quest line, and it takes some effort, but it's just so worth it. Oh, yes. And we'll go set him back down. And you can see, if I was standing in the Terra Magica seal, this would be even more powerful. But yeah, you can take this guy on just with that, and so little FP gets used when you're casting the Chris. So when I'm running around, exploring, and going through a dungeon, this is my general method of doing so. I have my shield up, because you never know what's around the corner. That's Elden Ring for you. I have my shield up always, and then I'm casting my Chris when I need to, and then maybe a few whacks on super weak enemies, but this is my general walk around. Now let's say I come up against an enemy that, he looks kind of strong. Well, that's when I whip out my my scepter, and I have 2 spells. First, I got this one. Now you'll notice this is not Rykard's attack yet. That's just because in this playthrough I haven't gotten it yet. But it's the next best one. This is like Rykard's Rancor 0.5. And it's super easy, and it's found here. It's found in Storvale Castle, at the very, very bottom of this place. You gotta, you gotta like go through there and find a way down to the pit. There's like a pit here, and you go in there, and the very, very bottom of the pit, where you're gonna fight this Erd tree thingy, and you're gonna see how Ragnir, the guy who gives you this hat, how he died. Down there is, in the very middle of the pit, this spell. You just pick it right up. And it's very ambiguous. It just looks like a normal, oh, it might be a smithing stone. Nope, it's this spell. And it's the best thing you can have, because, again, you'll see it doesn't pull aggro as you cast it. By the time they realize what's going on, then you can switch to your next one, which we'll cast it a few times, and then I'll explain what this one does. All right, so in my previous video, you saw that I had the Stars of Ruin. Well, I did my research, and because we're not using Lestat's staff as my primary anymore, really, Stars of Ruin took a major backseat to this because I forgot what the Night Comet really is all about. This spell, the Night Comet, is invisible to the enemies. What that means, they can't dodge it. Anytime you've ever been in a situation where you see a guy coming at you and you cast your spell and he dodges or flips around, oh, it's so annoying. That'll never happen with the Night Comet. The Night Comet is an undodgeable spell. That's why it's my secondary go-to attack spell from my staff for enemies that are coming at me, or like if I'm fighting invasions, people that have invaded me or whatever, you switch to this thing. This is, obviously this is fun for unsuspecting enemies and softening them from afar before you go full in. I don't even have to switch to Night Comet. From here, I can just, again, go back to Chris without even having to change spells and finish them all off that way. That's my main attack strategy here. Why was he covering his face? Oh, because he was probably yawning because he had too much cheese last night. So again, I'm not even going to change spells. I got my staff in my left hand, my dagger in my right, my Chris. So we're going to cast a few rain cars. And you can charge this up too if you want to. I don't consider it that much difference. And then once they've softened up, just crisp them. There you go. You're done. And the demons switch. I only switch up to Night Comet when I've got an enemy coming at me. And it's like, okay, go away. Don't come near me. And this way they don't dodge. So that's what the Night Comet's for. And that's it. Those are my two primary attack spells. The rest, you've already seen. It's good old Terra Magica, which you gotta go to a cave on the side of Rea Lucaria, and then beat a boss and take a ladder all the way up to the very top. And that's where you find that. There we go. I didn't drink my physic that time for added effect, but you know. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and simulate an actual boss fight. You ready, Sophie? And then we're going to say goodbye, okay? Alrighty, let's do it. So, let's simulate a boss fight. First, you're outside pretend this is the boss door. So you get your golden vow ready, you get your seal ready, and you get your magic ready. Here we go. So you walk in, summon your boys, cast Golden Vow immediately, probably dodge because the boss is coming at you, but then they'll lock the boss down, and drink your Magicka. Let's just go ahead and simulate that they're attacking. Okay, and once you know, you switch over to your staff. Maybe you can throw some primary spells if you want, but really get your Terra Magica set up. Make sure the boss is standing still. Oh, shoot. I messed up. I forgot to drink the physic. Okay, we'll do this again. Take two, do over. Yeah, you gotta. This right here where I'm at is a great place to get your rhythm down for boss fights. So let's practice that one more time. Sorry. Here we go. All right. Do. Okay, so we're walking in the boss door. Bring our shield bros out. Let's simulate the boss attacking real quick. Okay. And then switch over to Terra Magica. Do that. Drink your physic. And now Comet. And goodbye, boss. 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 Great. There you go. There is our updated mage build for your first playthrough. Again, there's the stats for good measure. Yeah, to get close to level 150, it's going to require, and I did the math, 2 solid hours of grinding with the bird. So get a movie, give it to your dad, let him knock it out one night, feel that rhythm using the technique I showed you, and you should have a lot of fun. Anyway, nephew, I hope you really enjoyed this. Sophie, you want to say anything?
Bye bye.
All right. Love ya. Bye bye.